Okay, I'm up here on the church, and this is for David Law, Jacksonville, off of Anastasia or whatever the street is here I'm at. There is, they've done a, looks like a 2-ply self-adhered system. They didn't have a clue. None of the, look at this. You got a pipe right in the scupper to start with. I mean, that's just one thing. None of the crickets are designed correctly for the water to get out of here. This here, they put a little 3-foot cricket over here, so the water just sets right there. None of the flashing's up high enough. They've pinned it off with term bar, and it's just at the top of the cant strip. I mean, that has, that's got to go up minimum of 18 inches, and the thing holds water everywhere. The scuppers are all would have to be changed. That none of the scuppers are fabricated correctly. None of the cricket areas are installed to get the water off. There's it holds water. The crickets here, that cricket right there, should go to the scupper. Same on the other one. The cricket has to go to the scupper. In the corner, the cricket has to go to the scupper to get the water out of there. All of the flashing. All of this flashing along here, and none of it's up high enough. And there's so many things wrong with this system. It's the metal's not quite as bad. There's a lot of things to finish. You got to finish this up here. They maybe left it off to where they could get up and down. I don't know. You got rake up there, ridge, rake. Obviously this thing's been sitting here for a while because the membrane is actually ate up. That section over there, I don't even know. I'll have to look at the print and see what they're doing over there. But like these walls here start with that flashing should have came up here, stopped there, and then another piece after your plate was on, take you a piece and your membrane come down and on top of that. And to seal that off, you can bring it up here and put a termination flashing, but it can't be at the top of the cant strip. Then you put your coping cap on or drip edge detail, whatever you're going to put there on this back wall. Now you could come up 18 inches on that one and put a stucco stop, but not just a term bar. The drains are all leaning back. Each one of these scuppers that they've just made out of aluminum, they're just not right. They're leaning backwards. There's one on the other side over here. You got this here. When you design this cricket the correct way, this cricket here will come out to this point, so that water goes around the curve and gets out to the scupper that's over here. Which, I mean, look at the way the scupper's designed there. It just made a 2-piece of aluminum. It's just, I don't know. This is like getting into a can of worms, honestly. I'm gonna walk over here and look at some of this other stuff here. Yeah. I don't know who did the job or when they did the job, but there's places where the membrane's actually, where they've stuck so much, where's that water supposed to go? They've stuck so much modified cement down. Bear with me, I'm climbing down off these walls here. They've stuck so much cement down in some places, that modified, it's backwards. Your main roof flows this way. The cricket area would come underneath. Nothing's correct about the whole low slope area. This one here, look at this one here. That's a nightmare that's going to haunt you, for the rest of for another 10 years. You got this, you can look at the membrane and see how long it's been exposed to the elements. Up there's no membrane turned up the wall. You know, the proper way to do that is your membrane turns up your wall there on that fresh block. Even it'd be, you prime it and you stick your membrane to it, and then you put your panels up, and then you put a Z closure and a wall flashing to you know, to terminate it. It's just, you got things over here at the top there. You got that little octagon at the top. You know, those hips should have been stopped a little shorter and had the flashing run around to where it looks right. You got places over here where the panels came down too low, where they did their transition flashing. Now the water's running back into the transition. This right here, you can see the membrane. The membrane's breaking down because it looks like they used pill and stick, and maybe they put some cement underneath it or something. You know, try to use an adhesive underneath it. See this here? You know, that's allegation of asphalt. It's eating the membrane up. There's nothing left of it. It looks like it actually runs backwards, even runs back to the wall. This is just not something that can be, you know, or something that we would not be comfortable trying to repair. If you want to put a system, I would be more than glad, you know, to actually put a system on here a correct way. You know, look at your scupper over there. Look at that scupper over there. I don't know how well you can see it. It's you know, it's ridiculous. Cap and stuff missing all the way around. You know, they used a flashing. They used a cant strip. They used cant strip and modified all the way around except for here. Now all of a sudden they put some L flashing in, which in the L flashing, I mean, you look at this. There's nothing correct about anything they've done. You know, as far as the metal roof goes, you know, maybe you could just finish up some stuff. You got places, oh my God, there's no Z closure. I can see through to the other side right there, to the other side of the building, because the cap's it's just wrong. So I don't know, David. I'll send you this video. I'm gonna send you a link to it, but I don't know if this is something that we want to venture into and, you know, put us liable for a while on some just terrible work.